And United States have unveiled interim trade framework under which the Trump administration will revoke additional tariff on India, and the new tariff effectively stand at 18%. As the fine print released, India will either eliminate or lower tariffs on all the U.S. industrial imports and certain foods and agriculture products. Meanwhile, U.S. will apply an 18% reciprocal tariff on most Indian goods, including textile, apparel, leather, footwear, plastics, rubber, organic chemicals, home decor, artisanal products, and certain machinery. Hailing the framework, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal said this deal will open a $30 trillion market for Indian exporters, especially MSMEs, farmers, and fishermen. Now, joining us to get us more details, we have Sumita over here with us. She's helping us understand the fine print in a much better way. Sumita, over to you.
That's right. India and the United States have issued a joint statement as far as the India-U.S. trade deal is concerned. Remember, it was announced last week by Donald Trump on Truth Social. And of course, now the joint statement has been released. So let's go through the key takeaways, the key highlights as far as this joint statement is concerned. This is also an interim arrangement, an interim agreement between both the sides to implement what was discussed and decided upon by both the sides. So let's go through them one by one. Number one, that India will be lowering or removing tariffs on all U.S. industrial goods. In fact, these tariffs will be lowered on U.S. farm food items like dried distillers, grains, red sorghum for animal feed, tree nuts, fresh and processed fruits, soybean, wine, and spirits. But important to also note, as far as the agri sector is concerned, that India's sensitivities have been kept away from the deal. In fact, they have been kept out of the contract. So this is something that Minister Piyush Goyal tweeted also, and I quote, that sensitive agri and dairy products, including maize, wheat, rice, soya, poultry, milk, cheese, ethanol, tobacco, and certain vegetables and meat have been protected. So it was one of the contentious issues, but definitely this comes with protection. This is not part of the deal. What else does the statement say? The joint statement essentially also says that the United States will be charging an 18% tariff on Indian goods that will cover textiles, apparel, leather, plastic and rubber, home decor, and organic chemicals. In fact, the United States will also be removing tariffs on certain aircraft and aircraft parts from India. And India will be scrapping restrictive import licensing rules for U.S. ICT goods. And India is also planning to buy $500 billion worth of U.S. goods over the next 5 years. And of course, it's going to include goods that India needs for its tech, aircraft, and energy-related needs. In fact, the joint statement also says that both sides will boost trade in tech products like GPUs, and they will keep negotiating to open markets further. And barriers to digital trade will also be addressed over the course of the next couple of months. So what is coming up next? What's next after this joint statement has been released? Well, both sides will promptly implement this framework. Both sides will work towards finalizing an interim agreement, and both sides will work with the view to conduct a mutually beneficial bilateral trade agreement.
Absolutely, Sumita. Thank you so much for getting us those details. Now, let's take a look at how the markets